I have a few stories to tell about the Big Sister saga, but it helps if we have an understanding of the timeline. So, when Big Sister was 14, there were some problems that started to occur between her and her adopted father. By the time she was 15, it was necessary for her to leave home. She was able to get into an arranged marriage at 15, and certain documents were changed to make it legal. It was a quid pro quo relationship. That was her first husband, and there are certain aspects of that relationship which are part of the forbidden zone, which I cannot go into. However, during that marriage, she took on a lover, and his name was Perry Mason. He was an attorney who helped Big Sister with the divorce and with the additional forging of various government documents that allowed her to collect more money from the government than she otherwise would. After this, Sugar Daddy came along. That'll be Big Sugar Daddy, because there will be a second Sugar Daddy to come along subsequently after and during yours truly. Big Sugar Daddy was the fellow that had troubles with choir boys, but provided Big Sister with a big house and the kids with Reeboks. After the divorce, Big Sister still had lots of money for the mortgage and the Reeboks, but it wouldn't last forever. This is the time where I come along. During this time, I meet little sister at the pool where I'm lifeguarding. I'm going to school but have to drop out because I suffer a severe depression as a result of bipolar illness. I am living with Big Sister and little sister and 3 kids, and the depression becomes very, very bad. I finally persuade the psychiatrist to give me an antidepressant, which he was reluctant to do. He believed in talk therapy, and when he did, it took just 4 days for me to fly through the roof. Tufernil takes 3 weeks to work. That was the tricyclic antidepressant, but on me it worked in 4 days, and I was in a manic psychosis. I was not treated for the manic psychosis. It was a mild one. I only thought that I could move objects with my mind, even though there was no empirical evidence of such a thing occurring, and I was slowly dropping down. It was during the month of December, between Christmas and New Year's, where the kiss occurred. Now, some background on Little Sister and Big Sister. Big Sister rarely did anything without a quid pro quo. That occurred with her first husband, with her lover, Perry Mason, with Big Sugar Daddy, and, well, there was a little bit of that with me as well, because Little Sister was living with Big Sister not only out of the graciousness of her heart, but also because it was understood that Little Sister would help take care of the kids, and therefore she could stay there. Now, while I was staying there, I was spending a lot of time with the kids, doing a lot of things that Little Sister would normally do, just because I liked doing it. And Big Sister picked up on this. She admitted that to me. We talked a year ago, and she said, "Yeah, I thought you were a cute kid, but then I saw you doing a lot of things with the kids." Now, it turns out that I was going to be out of school from January all the way through to the end of August. And Big Sister knew that. So it comes as no surprise that after a few other things occurred, she changed her plans and basically said, "Okay, we'll be together, but only to the end of summer, to the end of August." And it turned out I was doing a lot of things. I didn't mind. I wasn't like a slave. She was doing stuff too, but I ended up taking the kids to school. I ended up making sure they had their lunch. picking them up when they were in the park, doing a lot of stuff. It was kind of cool. It was really cool. I liked it a lot. Anyhow, so Big Sister realized that she could change her plans. Now, when I talked to her about this, I said, look, I'm kissing Little Sister, and you're staring. And Little Sister says to you, because she's pissed that you're just staring at us, making out, he kisses really good. You want to try? And then you say yes, and it's a passionate kiss that lasts too long. And then Little Sister flies out, and then Big Sister and I go to get the pot. We get the pot, start smoking on the way back, and then we go into the kitchen. We're still smoking. And you remember, Big Sister, you said, you know, Little Sister is always flirting with my boyfriends. She's always stealing my boyfriends. In fact, Little Sister is seeing this guy, his name is Eduardo, he's some kind of a construction worker, behind your back. And she told me that she thinks she just got pregnant and that it's his kid, but that she's going to tell you that it's your kid because he'll never marry her, and you've got to, you know, you'd marry her, so she would do that. Now, I may have been a manic depressive adolescent kid, but I know a good set of rationalizations when I hear them. And so I believed every word she said, every word. But I felt nothing, no animosity or anger at all toward Little Sister. Imagine that. Does that make me a good person? Oh, no, that makes me a scumbag. That's right. So, I took up her offer. She really did have satin sheets. They were black. By the by, when I spoke with Big Sister last year, I asked her, I said, didn't you say that Little Sister was always cheating on her boyfriends? That she was cheating on me with a guy named Eduardo, a construction worker, that she had gotten herself pregnant by him and was going to blame it on me? She said, no, you're just imagining all that. And then I asked her, well, didn't you say that Little Sister was always flirting with your boyfriends and always stealing them from you? Big Sister said, well, I may have said something like that. One more thing. I wasn't going to be bringing in a lot of income on a lifeguard's salary. Sure, I made $1 extra an hour because I had a pool operator's license, but that wasn't going to do it. Without a sugar daddy, what would happen? Well, Perry Mason saves the day. Big Sister contacts Perry, and he tells her that he can get her a job, a good paying job. Now, she never went to high school. She has absolutely no work experience at all. In fact, she's never worked a real job in her life. But Perry has connections. And that's the next story. Because Big Sister got a job working for the mob.